Hello, YouTuber, woober, woober, uber, uber, woober, 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 woober. So I was driving along today thinking about candy corn. Now, candy corn probably tasted more like corn when I was a kid, and now it kind of tastes this chalky, pasty thingy. Probably doesn't have corn in it at all. Now, this week or last week, I told you I started growing this. This is a corn shoot. And it is essentially a corn kernel that you sprout, you know, soak it in water, then sprout a couple of days, plant in soil, and if you plant it and grow long enough, it becomes a corn stalk, which then has ears of corn on it. However, for my purposes, this thing is for microgreens. Now, this tastes like corn, but this doesn't taste like candy corn, and it doesn't taste like corn on the cob or a can of corn or frozen corn or corn soup or corn chowder or cream of corn or all those different types of corn. This tastes like corn on steroids. Yep. It is so full of corn flavor that it just amazes. It not only amazes, I think it just overwhelms. Whereas you can sit down and have a bag of, say, this guy, which is a sunflower shoot. You can actually let it grow up to be a few more leaves on it if you wish. If you're going to juice it, you may wish to do that. But if you're going to eat it in salads or eat it out of the bag, there's a lot of flavor in this. Tastes like sunflower seeds. I mean, when you think about it, sunflower oil for cooking has some flavor in it. Sunflower seeds, some kind of flavor in it. These have a good amount of flavor in it. They have a nutty taste to it, but you can eat these on your own. The corn, nah, not so much. It's very overpowering. But in a salad, it'd be wonderful. It is probably in a smoothie, it'd be great too. So I wanted to show you what I was been thinking about how much flavor is in the corn. It's almost overwhelming. So now here is what I'm growing at the moment. So the first one on the left, this one is the pea shoot. Now any kind of pea works, but the speckled pea is what a lot of people use. You can use field peas, any kind of peas work. Best be organic, of course. Food grade would be nice. Just because a food grade is good if you're using it indoors in your house, you don't want to be having things around that are going to make contaminate other things you're growing or life in general. So this one over here on the right here is the buckwheat. Um, it sprouts out a root that goes in, and the buckwheat shell will pop off of the leaves, hopefully, by the time you get ready for harvest. Um, Sunflower, corn, and the pea is these all I've been doing fairly well. The peas are all the shells are rather larger. Buckwheat's small, and the rest of them have a larger seed. So, and I think that contributes to my ability to grow them. But it's all a learning curve. But that's where I'm at with these. So I wanted to just show you, and that was, of course, you're thinking about candy corn. When I was in Florida, came across these jelly bellies, and yeah, there's a lot of flavors for jelly bellies. You know, Jelly beans, they have basic flavors, not too exciting. Licorice is probably why everyone likes the black ones because they have more of a pow than everything else. Root beer, cinnamon, coconut. What was the one on Harry Potter? Puke or vomit and earwax. I don't see those on my list. E for earwax. Nope. Puke. I spell puke. Is that P-U or S-P? Either one, they're not here. Vomit? Nope, not on it. Oh, sorry, just getting carried away. So here are some websites that I use frequently for ordering seeds. High Mowing Seeds um, is one of them. Although recently I've noticed that all the seeds that I've purchased from these are all my small seeds. The organic spicy and the organic mild, kale, um, arugula. Um, these are all the ones that I've been having trouble growing. Basil. So I'm not trying to knock this company at all. It might be something I'm doing with the seed. People say try increasing the nitrogen. Well, I've done that. But anyway, this is a good company. They have free shipping. Um, so it's just your preference. They have some nice stuff here on this website. It's a locally owned, company. It's not a big major company. Another company that I use a lot is Mountain Valley Seed Company. They're a company for handy pantry. Um, they've it's kind of like these two guys that have kind of been buying up these companies. So if you go to the Contact Us and look at their address, they're all the same building, which I thought was comical. And then they explained to me that they started off as handy pantry and they kind of have acquired, dying out companies, but they generally are all organic vegetarians that are just trying to provide a product. And these actually, I get my best product from Mountain Valley. And here you can see the pictures of different kinds of things. Some people just show you the seed. Some people show you what it's going to grow out to be. Now, this says cabbage. It's not really a microgreen. Not sure why it's on the page. A lot of the seeds, they kind of crisscross. So if you get confused, like here's popcorn. It's on the microgreens page. And the microgreen popcorn is what they're using to sprout. Although I hope it turns greener, because this is what I ordered recently for my seed. Now, another company that I like is this is in the handy pantry is where I started with, and then I ordered from MV. Sometimes Mountain Valley has product, the handy pantry, even though it's the same company. They have stuff that's on different websites, but it all really ships from the same place. Now, another place that I really like these people is Johnny Seeds. They don't have free shipping on stuff, but they do have a really good quality seed, and they have a kind of an ethics. It's a kind of a support the local businesses type of thing. A lot of the tools on here are made from craftsmen that are up in Maine. So it's really kind of a cool website, and often I'll order from here first to see how something works. But if I'm going to buy in bulk, I'm most likely going to order it from somewhere else because it gets expensive. Seed is expensive, and But here you can see pictures of the different greens. So if you're trying to look for something in particular, or you want to see what it's going to end up as. And they also have the spicy mix too. So You could do a search for shoots. So microgreen and shoots are kind of the same thing. It's just that I really don't know why they have a different classification for the two. But here's the popcorn. I ordered 2 pounds of the popcorn. Here is a popcorn is $13.80 a pound for a pound of popcorn, and that's actually one tray. So you can see how it's about one tray, probably maybe 3/4 of a tray. So it would not be very cost effective to sell this way. You really would want to get that price down because you're selling it. I sell it for $2 an ounce. So you're not going to make any money if you're selling this for this because you're only going to get at the most maybe a pound out of a tray. So if you got a pound out of a tray and $14 of that pound is going to go towards seed, it may not be a good way to go, but it's a good company to at least bounce stuff off of and find out if it's worthwhile to carry it. Different feeds. I know I have to find out why people call one shoot one. Microgreen, I think, is the overall. Maybe the shoots are actually from the larger seed, but sunflower, buckwheat, they'll plant a root and then the seed will go up and then pop off the leaves later. Whereas the pea will plant its seed and then sprout up out of it. Same thing with the corn. So I'm not really sure. Maybe somebody who's out there watching my channel will explain to me the difference. I imagine hard wheat is the same way. It probably plants it. The problem with wheatgrass is that you have to have a juicer, a crushing juicer, or emancipating. You know what I mean? The kind with the corkscrew that crushes the wheatgrass and gets the juice out. You can't really throw it in a blender. It's not going to chop up well enough. It's too tough. But it's just an astounding thing about how much flavor is in such a small little plant. See, and these are on their category for microgreen. Although, yeah, we did go to shoots, didn't we? But I don't know why, they're showing heads of broccoli on a microgreens page. Its websites are interesting things. They don't always make sense. So you can't really think that one is for the other. If you're not sure about something, give them a call, whichever company you're using. And even for sunflowers, you can just go buy a bag of sunflower seeds that you can get at the store that are being used for bird seed. And it's a cheap way to start up so that you can get a feel for it. You're going to see a huge difference when you switch over to organic food grade seeds. But just for the starting up in the beginning, it's well worth. That's gray, but you want the black oil sunflower. And it's out of stock, so they don't have a price on it. Let's see what the other one is. Here's the gray stripe. And the gray stripe for 25 pounds, which is basically a 5-gallon bucket, is $186 from Johnny Seeds. Now, if they don't actually do their own harvesting of seeds and they buy them from, say, a company near Utah, for example, where probably most seeds come from, out where there's miles and miles of farm, then they're going to pay a shipping cost to get that in. And that's going to be passed on to us. It looks 100 pounds of seed is $600. I mean, that's a lot. But you can go to the store, and this is for the gray stripe. It's actually a whole lot more for the black oil. You could go to the store. I mean, you want to look at the package and make sure they're not treated. But you could buy bird seed, the the black oil sunflower seeds um, that are used to feed the birds, and you could plant that. That would get you going. It might even be enough for you if you're just growing this for yourself, and it'd be enough. So I don't know what the point of this thing was. Basically this was about this, and this is the popcorn. This is what this was about. Was the amount of flavor in this little thing that nature actually packs the seed with so much nutrient for this plant to get up to a point which is really about here. And then the ground is going to have to provide the rest. The rain and the sun and the nutrients that you have in your soil is going to make this into a whole corn stalk to provide you with ears of corn. But as a microgreen coming out of that little seed pod, it's just amazing, amazing how much flavor there is in this thing. There's so much flavor in just one that you really want to eat it with, you want to eat it with a pea shoot, and you want to mix it with a sunflower, and you want to mix it with a buckwheat. Oops, and this buckwheat is I don't know if I want to be eating with you guys, but yep, that's what you want to have, and that is yummy. Yeah, I know it's rude to talk with your mouth full. Oh wow, that is really amazing. The corn, let me tell you, the corn is really overwhelming. The corn actually tastes like the aftertaste of aspartame. If I had to describe it, that's actually what it tastes like. You throw this into a salad, and you're going to have a nice sweet taste to it without adding dressing with sugar in it. I mean, what's better than that? Ta-ta.